This presentation on low progesterone and high estrogen is brought to you by Plassical for opulent models. Now, my name is Madeleine. I am a nutritional advisor and a researcher. Please take note, I am not a medical doctor. Nothing in this presentation represents medical advice nor is intended to treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. Please make sure that you seek medical advice and talk to a healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or embarking on any exercise or diet program. Now, the medical doctors I highly recommend if you want to know more about the hormonal system, you want to understand your endocrine, your hormones, you want to understand estrogen, progesterone, I recommend you read the book by Dr. John Lee, What Your Doctor May Not Tell You About Premenopause. He's an endocrinologist and he wrote many books on the hormonal system. I highly recommend the work of Dr. Zach Bush. He's also an endocrinologist and highly valued information that you will find on his YouTube videos and on his articles. The medical doctor that I absolutely love is Dr. Francisco Contreras. He has a remission rate with cancer between 60 and 70%. Now, Dr. Francisco Contreras wrote books on estrogen dominance and high estrogen, low progesterone. We will talk about him as we go on in this presentation. Now, the word hormone comes from the Greek word hormone, which means to excite, to set in motion. Hormones are essential to just about every life process, from our growth, our development, even our metabolism, and our thyroid hormones are so important for that. These hormones are tiny little chemical messengers and they run throughout our bloodstream. There's more than 80 identified human hormones and they go to specific target cells. For example, the hormone adrenaline causes our heart to beat faster. If you look at this slide, our adrenal glands on top of our kidneys gives us adrenaline. It pumps adrenaline when we're in the fight or flight situation. And then we can either run away or we can fight. Think about your stomach. Your stomach digests our food and it secretes the hormone gastrin. It makes the ghrelin hunger hormone. Gastrin is to help digest your food. Ghrelin is when you feel hungry. So the stomach produces a lot of hormones. Look at the thyroid. The thyroid produces T3, T4. And so every gland and every organ that is part of your hormonal system produce these hormones. Now, when a hormone gets produced by the endocrine system, it ends up in the bloodstream and the blood takes the hormone and it travels, and on every single cell in your body you have receptor sites. The receptor site opens up, it takes in the hormone, and that cell changes and it behaves to perform a specific task. If the receptor stays open, it doesn't want that specific hormone. The hormone just goes to the next cell. So it's very important to realize our hormones in our bloodstream need to perform specific tasks. The endocrine system, I want to break it open and make it less complicated. We have all those glands and organs that secrete hormones, but let's look at only 5 for today. Let's look at the pituitary gland. Let's have a look at the thyroid gland. Now, your pituitary gland is the MD or the headmaster of your hormonal system. It is in control of this endocrine. Then we have the thyroid that has to do with your metabolism, how quickly you pick up weight, how quickly you lose weight. The thyroid also has to do with your body temperature, cold hands in the middle of summertime or hot flushes. Then we get the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys. The adrenal glands has to do with your adrenaline, fight or flight response, also with your libido. We have the pancreas, which is an organ underneath the stomach. The pancreas has to do with our insulin and how we regulate our blood sugar. And then we have the ovaries, of course, unless we've had a hysterectomy. But most women, young women today, have ovaries. Now, this is your endocrine system, the 5 most important glands and organs that secrete hormones. Now, you need to remember that this hormonal system works like a symphony orchestra. If one of these glands or organs are out of balance, it throws out the rest. Let's take an example. If you have a cyst on your ovary, it might throw out the function of your thyroid. Or if you have adrenal fatigue or adrenal burnout, it might affect the function of the pituitary gland and you feel irritable or moody or depressed. Or let's take another example. If your pancreas is not functioning well, you sit with insulin resistance or diabetes, and there is not good functioning of the pancreas, it might throw out the function of the thyroid and affect your thyroid functioning negatively or your pituitary functioning. So it works like a symphony orchestra. I want to remind you, if you have a hormonal imbalance, to think of this as a whole. Never treat only one area or one organ or one gland. We need to address the whole endocrine system as a whole. Now, if your hormones are in balance, you will likely sleep well at night. You will have lots of energy. Your immune system and your digestive system will function smoothly. If there's hormonal deficiencies and hormonal imbalance, then of course we will not do so well. Certain times of the month you might feel depressed or irritable or moody or have a low self-esteem. It depends, of course, on the severity of your hormonal deficiency and which hormone is being underproduced. Now, some women, I've been working with hormones 22 years, and I have my own private practice where I see women on consultation basis, and some women tell me certain times of the month I'm very happy and I just love everybody. And as the month progresses, then I become very moody, or I become sluggish and tired or fatigued, lethargic, or sometimes I feel irritable and sometimes I feel I have a very low self-esteem, and other times I just snap at everybody. And my husband or my partner tells me I have PMS 24/7. I can't understand what's going on with my hormonal system. So I've been working with women for 22 years on this hormonal imbalance. Some sit with PMS symptoms, get headaches, sometimes migraines. Others have mood swings, irritability, anxiety, heavy periods. Some of us sit with weepiness certain times of the month. Others have severe cravings, either a sweet craving the month before their period or a salt craving certain times of the month. Other women suffer from sore tender breast or lower back pain. Some women I work with get diagnosed with endometriosis. If you have endometriosis, you have a hormonal imbalance. Some women sit with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Once again, there you have a hormonal imbalance. Some of us have facial hair growth or hirsutism and we need to pluck or wax, hormonal imbalance. Some of us sit with acne. If you have acne on your chin or on your forehead certain times of the month, there is a hormonal imbalance. Some of us have the thyroid problem, Hashimoto thyroiditis or Graves' disease or an underactive thyroid, and we struggle to lose weight. Some sit with water retention, others have cellulite or varicose veins. So there's many things that can go wrong with this hormonal system. We need to ask the question, if I have any of these symptoms, am I suffering from estrogen dominance? Is my body in a state of estrogen dominance? Now, what is estrogen dominance and where does estrogen dominance come from? Now, the endocrine system, as I explained, is made up of all these glands, the pituitary, the thyroid, the adrenal, the pancreas, the ovaries, and many other glands and organs, and they secrete all these different hormones, T3, T4, cortisol, androgens, testosterone. The female reproductive hormones are estrogen and progesterone, and these two need to be imbalanced. If you go on the internet, you will find many graphs on the monthly cycle of a woman. You will see the follicular phase, you will see the luteal phase, you will see the ovulation period, and you will see that these hormones, they do alternate. They are never at the same level. Now, I'm going to simplify this. This is the hormonal system of a young woman that has good hormonal function. She is on day one having high progesterone, and her progesterone drops sharply on day one. Her estrogen goes up for 2 weeks until the day of ovulation. Progesterone is lower, estrogen is higher. During ovulation, day 12, 13, 14, the two alternate. Progesterone climb, estrogen is lower, and on the day of menstruation, day 25, 27, 28, 32, progesterone drops sharply, estrogen picks up. This is a good functioning hormonal system. This woman will not suffer from PMS. She will not have heavy periods. She will not be diagnosed with endometriosis, and her moods will be at a good place. What we see nowadays with younger women is estrogen dominance. Right throughout the month, the estrogen is higher than the progesterone. There's not enough progesterone the 2 weeks before the period. And here we will find a woman with PMS, heavy periods, infertility, irregular periods, maybe endometriosis or PCOS that she's been diagnosed with, or maybe problems with her thyroid where she experienced cold hands and feet or have hot flushes. Now, estrogen dominance is a big buzzword in the medical field. You can go and read up on it. We also have estrogen dominance under children and under young boys. Now, the new normal for puberty under girls is 9 years. Many years ago, girls went through puberty age 12, 13, 14. The athletes only 16, 17. Today, children go through puberty. The girls age 9, 10, start menses early. This is the new normal. This is because of estrogen dominance. It is not good for a girl to start her period or her menses before the age of 9 or 10, or to go through puberty so early, as she will have a very long window where she is exposed to estrogens, and it increases her risk for breast cancer later in life. We also have young men that sit with estrogen dominance. This is an image of a young man. You can see he is not overweight, but this is what he looks like after his breast reduction operation. He had man boobs, and they did the surgery. We term this gynecomastia. They removed the boobs, but he still suffers from estrogen dominance. So we see estrogen dominance in young men. Later on in life, he may have other hormonal issues like depression or infertility, or maybe weight gain in the midsection if he does not address this estrogen dominance. Now, Dr. Contreras, that world-renowned surgeon and a distinguished oncologist, wrote the book Health in the 21st Century. He tells us that we live in a sea of estrogens. Why does he say we live in a sea of estrogens? Dr. Contreras, in his book, tells us that we get synthetic estrogens from our environment, from the food that we eat, from the water that we drink. We inhale, we take it through our skin. Our environment is so full of synthetic estrogen. There is more than 1,000 to 3,000 endocrine disrupting chemicals on the market. Now, these endocrine disrupting chemicals mimics estrogen in our body. I'm going to point out a couple of examples. One example is, say for instance, in 1957, if you look at the statistics, a chicken would have weigh about 905 grams in 56 days in 1957. By the year 2005, that chicken in 56 days weighed 4,200 grams because of the growth hormones or the xenoestrogens that fatten them up. Now today we're in 2020. Here we have a normal chicken. It weighs 5.5. It's 5.5 weeks old and it weighs 940 grams. Here we have the genetically modified broiler chicken, the one we get at the supermarket. It's 5.5 weeks old, but it weighs 2,900 grams. It is the xenoestrogens that goes into getting this little chickie to be this fat. When you and I drive through the drive-through to get some chicken burger, that patty was made from the xenoestrogen chicken, and we will then mimic estrogen in the body, and it will elevate our estrogen levels. It's not just the chicken that gives us xenoestrogen, also the cattle 2 months before they cull them, if they're overweight, if they're underweight and they want to fatten them up, they give them xenoestrogens 2 months before they cull them. So I want to highly recommend, if you want to balance your hormonal system and you're a meat eater, that you buy free-range chicken, free-range eggs, make friends with a farmer that tells you the truth. Also, buy your meat, your beef from the land, clean beef, grass-fed beef. If you love your dairy, make sure that your dairy is hormonal free, that it's not hormonal enriched. If it at all possible, go vegan dairy, but make sure that you don't get the xenoestrogens through your dairy and through your animal products. Another place where we get xenoestrogens from is through Roundup. Roundup is a herbicide that they spray on all our crops right throughout the world. In Roundup, we have glyphosate. Now, glyphosate is a xenoestrogen and it mimics our estrogen levels. So as they spray the glyphosate Roundup, it enters the water table, it travels to our rivers and our dams, and when we open the tap, we drink this glyphosate and it mimics the estrogen levels in our body, and we sit with too high levels of xenoestrogen or estrogen dominance. Also, if you look at exhaust fumes, when we walk in the or drive in the traffic, we inhale the exhaust fumes. It's loaded with xenoestrogens. Soft plastics, estrogens. There's so many places where we get these xenoestrogens from. If you work with paint, you will get xenoestrogens there. If you inhale Cutex remover, it will mimic the xenoestrogen in the Cutex remover, will mimic your estrogen levels in the body. You will end up having estrogen dominance. If you're a hairdresser and you work with hair dye and chemicals that you inhale on a daily basis, you will sit with estrogen dominance. Even the pill long-term lead to estrogen dominance. Now, what are we to do with this estrogen dominance? How can we balance high estrogen, low progesterone? Try and determine if you are estrogen dominant. In my practice for 22 years, I've been using the symptomatic questionnaires by Dr. John Lee. He is an endocrinologist who wrote many books on the hormonal system. You can also do saliva testing. You can do Dutch testing. The Dutch test is the gold standard worldwide in hormone testing. Try and determine if you are estrogen dominant. Once you've determined if you're estrogen dominant, you can then change your diet and you can look at what you eat. Load up on essential phytonutrients. So point number 1, I would recommend to balance the hormonal system is to eat more green. Have green leafy vegetables, kale, spinach, broccoli, avocado, pears, celery, green apples, wherever you can find green food, have that on a daily basis. In the green food, we have phytonutrients and phytoprogesterone. Phytoprogesterone help your hormonal system to make natural progesterone. It's also a precursor to other hormones, so it will help stabilize your hormonal system. Now, some of us don't like our vegetables. We don't eat enough fruit. Then you better be supplementing with a green juice. I highly recommend to eat the green vegetables because we also need fiber. Fiber will bind to the synthetic estrogens and take it out of the system quicker. I'm going to do a video for the opulent model group on the colon and on digestive health. Please watch out for that video. But in the meantime, make a mental note that fiber in all your vegetable binds to synthetic estrogens and take it out of the body. So eat fiber-rich foods every single day. That is your vegetables, your fruits, your nuts, your seeds. Also, have a green drink daily. My point number 1 that I want to leave with all opulent models: if you drink a green shot or a green drink every single day, you will provide your hormonal system with phytoprogesterone. Phytoprogesterone from the barley grass is what I put into my body every single day. The barley grass, barley life, was put together by a pharmacist. The pharmacist is retired today, but he used this product to help in his recovery from mercury poisoning, and he's retired today in his 90s, so he helped himself tremendously. I love this product for the hormonal system. It contains phytoprogesterone. It will help elevate your progesterone levels naturally. You mix it with water or juice, or you put it in your smoothie and you drink it daily. For those of you who don't like a green shot, you can take 6 to 7 capsules per day. But my number 1 point is drink green phytoprogesterone every single day. Why I love the barley life so much is it has active enzymes. Now there's many different green products on the market. You will have the chlorophyll that will help you with better blood circulation to alkalize the blood. You will also find in the green grass products vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. The barley life shot I like on a daily basis is the reasoning behind this product is active enzymes. This product has never been heated, never been freeze-dried. It has active enzymes. You absorb so much of what is in this product. You will find that there is zinc, potassium, magnesium, calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. We have biotin. There is so many different nutrients in this product, but the phytoprogesterone is what we're after for the hormonal system. Also, remember I said we must eat more vegetables. If you consume vegetables daily, you will get lots of nutrients. Unfortunately, in South Africa, the soil is depleted of selenium. Selenium protects us against breast cancer and prostate cancer and colorectal cancer. Now, South African soil is depleted of selenium. I drink my barley life shot every day to provide me selenium, so in order to prevent hormonal endocrine cancers like endometrial cancer or breast cancer or even other cancers like lung or prostate. What I also love about the barley life, it's a powerful detoxifier. So it detoxifies the brain, the lymphatic system. We will do a video on the lymph later on. Also, the barley life detoxes you in the blood, and detoxifying is very important. Everybody should properly detox every single day. So point number 1, have more green in your diet. Point number 2, apply Renewed Balance Cream on thin skin daily. If you want to balance your estrogen and progesterone levels, you want to elevate your progesterone levels, I highly recommend this cream. Renewed Balance Cream is made from a plant. Here we see the green again. The Renewed Balance Cream has vitamin E, oil of lemongrass, carrot oil, and it has the phytoprogesterone. As you apply the Renewed Balance Cream on thin skin, say for instance you apply it behind the ear lobe, or you apply it next to your temples or on your cheek or on your neck area or the breast area, where you apply this Renewed Balance Cream, it goes through the skin into the bloodstream and it helps balance the progesterone and the estrogen levels. Now, it brings balance in the hormonal system. It goes to the pituitary, the thyroid, the adrenals, the pancreas, the ovaries, and it brings balance. Now, look at the main effects of estrogen and progesterone in women. Estrogen builds up in the uterine lining. It increases body fat. It can lead to depression. It can lead to headaches or migraines. Synthetic estrogens interferes with thyroid hormone. It increases blood clotting. It decreases libido. It impairs your blood sugar control. If you sit with estrogen dominance, it might increase the risk of endometrial cancer and increase the risk of breast cancer. Now, progesterone from a plant, on the other hand, opposes the estrogen effects. Progesterone from the plant maintains the uterine lining. It helps use fat for energy. It acts as a natural antidepressant. It facilitates thyroid hormone action. It normalizes blood clotting. It restores libido. It regulates our blood sugar levels. And natural progesterone from a plant protects us from endometrial cancer and probable prevention of breast cancer. So I highly, highly recommend progesterone from a plant. There's many progesterone creams on the market. Make sure that you choose the one that goes through the digestion process, where the body absorbs it and where it brings balance between your estrogen and your progesterone levels. How to apply this cream for premenopausal women? Apply a pea size twice per day from day 14 until the day of menstruation. Please do not apply the Renewed Balance Cream from day 1 up until day 13. That is when you rest. You only apply from day 14 until the day of menstruation. If you are menopausal, you don't have your cycle or your menses, you apply a 1/4 teaspoon twice per day, morning and night on thin skin. You can apply 3-4 days on the neck area, 3-4 days on the face area, 3-4 days on the back of the hand or the inside of the arm. You can even, some women apply it vaginally to help them with either bladder infection or to help them with vaginal dryness. But mostly women apply it on thin skin, a 1/4 teaspoon morning, night. This is a testimony by Esna Kulain. Esna is the CEO of Plasicol. Now, Esna listened to my presentation on the Renewed Balance Cream, and she had a frozen whitehead on her forehead for 15 years. Now, you all know the Plasicol company, amazing company that look after beauty and skincare. Now, Esna had this frozen whitehead for 15 years, and she could not get rid of this frozen whitehead no matter what she tried or no matter what the therapist tried. So she then decided to take the Renewed Balance Cream, apply it for a week, and see what happens on her forehead. So she started the Renewed Balance Cream, and within 3 days, this whitehead, frozen whitehead, popped like a pimple, and by day 5, day 6, it completely disappeared. So the Renewed Balance Cream is so powerful, it got rid of a frozen whitehead within 5 to 6 days. You can try this cream on any skin condition, on dark pigmentation. You can apply it on skin warts or moles. You can apply it on bruising and see what happens in a couple of days. Apply the cream also to balance your estrogen, progesterone levels on thin skin like the back of the earlobe or on the neck or on the face or next to the temples or on the breast or the inside of the arm. What I do daily to keep my hormonal system balanced, to help address estrogen dominance, to bring balance between my progesterone and my estrogen, and to help nourish my skin. I apply a 1/4 teaspoon Renewed Balance Cream morning and night. I also take 1 teaspoon barley life every single day. Now, barley life, as I said, contains the phytoprogesterone and all the vitamins and the minerals. If you don't like the green shot, you can opt for the capsules. Take 6 to 7 capsules per day. Why do I do the Omega? Omega is an oil supplement that I take 3 capsules every day of. Point number 3. So our point number 1 was add more green. Point number 2, apply Renewed Balance Cream daily. And point number 3, load up on good fats. You need to eat from fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, coconut oil, hemp seed oil, olives, olive oil, and avocado pear on a daily basis. I eat of these foods, and then I add 3 Omega capsules to my daily diet to provide me with omega-3, omega-9. It nourishes my thyroid, it nourishes my brain, but it absolutely nourishes my skin and gives my skin a glow. To keep my hormones balanced, then 3 Omega capsules a day, my barley life shot every day, and to help balance the estrogen progesterone, I take a 1/4 teaspoon Renewed Balance Cream morning and night. Now, Plasicol introduced food to for your face facials. They took the barley life and they made chlorophyll facials. They took just carrots and ready beets, which is your 100% beetroot crystals, 100% just carrots crystals, and they introduced them into facials. Now, I love the oxygenating vitamin A facials. It revitalizes and tightens the skin. It's highly effective as a facial for tired skin to give it a boost. It contains natural vitamin A, which firms the skin. It stimulates microcirculation to increase oxygen and nutrients to the cells. This facial has powerful antioxidants. I highly recommend that you pop into your nearest Plasicol branch and ask them for their wellness facial oxygenating vitamin A. Also, Placicol's Betanin hydration facial I highly recommend for dull skin lacking some radiance. The Betanin in the beetroot is a powerful antioxidant, and it protects our cells in the skin from free radical damage, but also it's rich in vitamin C. It boosts immunity, it stimulates cell function, and it generates many quantities of essential skin health minerals such as iron and folate. So if you want to have healthy cell growth and you want to have radiant skin, you need iron, folate. Pop in at your Plastical branch, ask them for the Betanin hydration facial. Your skin will feel refreshed, renewed, and energized. Contact your nearest Plastical branch. They will help you with these facials. They will also teach and educate you on the Renewed Balance Cream to balance your estrogen progesterone levels, on the Amy Guard to nourish the skin with good fats, and on your 1 teaspoon barley live daily to give you added phytoprogesterone. Please be reminded that we have a next video coming up for opulent models on gut health. It will be brought to you by Plastical for opulent models. Also in the pipeline, we have so many videos on skin health, on thyroid health, on lymphatic health. It was fun spending time with you. Bye for now.